Welcome back for another episode of the Ross Bolen podcast. I am your host, Ross Bolen, here with Jared Borslow, a.k.a. J-Bone. J-Bone! What's up, Jared?
Not much. You?
Oh, just here to record this podcast with you.
That was like the worst AIM thing ever. It's like you wanted to talk to your friend, but like it was so early in the internet, you didn't know that like you could just talk to them normally, so you felt like you had to be like, "What's up?" or "Sup?" ? And they reply NM space U, and then you also respond NM space U, and it's just this fucking back and forth.
There were these niceties at the beginning of every internet conversation that accomplished nothing, yet we all did them. And then we'd say things like BRB and G2G, which meant got to go. Odd times back there.
What's weird is, back then, that was back when all the messaging you did was on like a desktop computer. So if I ask you what's up, it has to be the same thing every time. Sitting at home at my computer.
Talking to you.
There's nothing else you could be doing. Well, you could be jacking off, yeah.
Eating something, I guess. There weren't that many things you could have been doing, though.
Addictinggames.com.
Mini putt. Mini golf.
The mini golf. Quap.
Don't know what that is. Just going to assume it's not a furry thing.
It's where you're the track athlete and you control each of his limbs and you have to try to make him go like 100 meters, but it's really, really, really hard.
Quap.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, not that many options. Speaking of the internet, I have a theory.
Okay.
A new theory. A Zuckerberg-related theory that I would like to share with you to start today's show.
Does it have to do with them changing the name of Facebook?
They changed the name of Facebook?
They are changing the name of Facebook.
To what?
Verge.
What?
Yeah. This is a thing.
What do you mean?
Like they're changing. I don't know if it's the name of the app or it's the name of the Facebook corporation, but Facebook is going to be known as Verge.
Facebook plans to change company name to focus on the metaverse. What the
Well, as a proponent of the metaverse, somebody who owned a digital racehorse in the metaverse, I do support what they're doing. I think this is they finally realized that they're never going to like make any more positive inroads into social media. So now they're trying to go and pre-ruin the metaverse before all of us even get there. Unless you're me and you had a digital racehorse.
Sounds like some Marvel shit. I don't understand any of what just came out of your mouth.
Yeah, it's very, very like super villain-esque, 100%.
Great. That's super. Well, no, my theory wasn't even related to that. It's still sinister, but on a less damaging level, I think. Maybe. I believe that Instagram, in an effort to compete with TikTok, is serving straight men, regardless of their content consumption methods, a shit ton of horny TikToks in the form of reels. Mostly barely dressed chicks dancing all day, every day, starting the last couple weeks. It's a recent thing. First thing I noticed was that they had inserted a reels bar into my feed. So I'm flicking through Instagram and suddenly I see like 3 reels in my feed. And I'm like, whoa, what? Across it, like together. Because they're trying to get more and more people to use reels, which again is just TikTok. They've ripped off TikTok, stuck it on Instagram, and called it Reels. Mm-hmm. And Reels TikTok is crushing it. They're killing it. They're absolutely by far the best social media platform right now. It's not close for creators. So on Instagram, first thing I notice is these Reels popping up in the middle of my feed, my regular feed. And
like your Explore page?
No, and I don't mean like I'm being like, as I'm scrolling, you know how you see individual post by individual post on Instagram? Then I would see a bar serving me 3 posts in one little bar that was like, check out these reels.
Yes, the try box from Red Zone with Scott Hansen.
You might like these hot reels. Yeah, Scott Hansen popped up in the corner and was like waving. It was insane. But then the next time I saw that bar, I noticed it had like blatant TikToks in it. Like 2 questionably aged women doing some stupid fucking dance for some song. And I was just like, oh, God, are they pushing this? Like, because here's the thing. I'm 34. I have no reason to lie to you people. I do not fox with TikTok. I do not jack around in there very much. I get in, I put my shit up, and I leave. I look at our posts, and that's it. because I don't know what's happening in there, but we've talked about it on this show, and it's always one step away from porn. Except for our stuff, and even our stuff sometimes.
Pretty frequently, I would say our stuff is an inroad to pornography.
Or driving to Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
So first, at first I don't say anything, obviously, because I'm just like, I don't know what the reasoning is here, why this is being served to me. It's beyond my understanding. Maybe they know 7 years ago I used to follow several bikini models on Instagram. Who the hell knows the difference? But then I have a third party mention this to me. Is it just me, or is Instagram super horny now? And I was just like, explain. They gave me the same explanation. And this was from somebody even older than me that would just like have no connection to the world of TikTok or deserve to be served. A lot of the most successful reels just end up being what were the most successful TikToks on TikTok, questionably underage girls dancing. That's what they're pushing on people. So it's like, it's really just my theory at this point is they're trying to make Zuckerberg's goal is to force straight men to consume questionable underage girl dancing content and destroy the world. That's what I think he's doing.
One thing I've noticed, because I am a frequent TikTok user, completely regrettably, I hate it so much.
Oh, it's a beautiful place, but it's also hell.
Well, I do so many posts that, like, I'll do the post, and it'll show me the For You page after I post it, and then I get caught up in this. It's a whole big thing. I have noticed that they have definitely moved away to now the very large-breasted women who get served to me are definitely overage.
That's huge.
So maybe TikTok finally hit a point where they're like, okay, we don't need to start showing people you're like watching.
Well, they were like,
yeah.
these 15-year-olds aren't working on J-Bone because he's pure of heart.
Mm-hmm.
Let's serve him MILF content or something. I don't know. They got to switch to another category.
No, the TikTokification of Instagram has been a long time coming, and I think we're definitely in another era now.
You know what I get served because of my search history a lot is just you know those women who have such massive mammaries that they can crush things like Coke cans with their hammers?
Yeah.
So I'll just get, that's a lot of what my TikTok was. So that's why I had to get out of there. That's why I can't flick through TikTok because it's just women with huge cans crushing things with them.
Including cans.
Including sometimes cans, real cans. Well, not that the other cans are fake. Sometimes those are fake cans crushing real cans. What is happening? What was this about? Zuckerberg's trying to make all the dudes horny. Yeah, I'm curious for other sexual orientations. Do you guys deal with this? Is there like a version of that? Because I think we're the most obviously fucked up group. So we're just, everybody knows historically advertising what to serve us. You know?
Sex sells.
We've been catered to the longest here in America. So I'm curious if there's like a version, because sex does sell. Everybody uses that on each other, obviously. It's just really weird when on social media, the sex they're selling is us to each other. Right? That's the weird element of it. It's not like it's just some model on a magazine page or some hot actress getting me to go see a movie. This is like real people being shown to me, and it's this whole thing.
Here's the thing. If Zuckerberg is going to make me horny, the least he can do is finish me off. That's all I'm here to say.
How do you think he would try? If Zuckerberg had to finish you off, how do you think he would go about doing it?
Slather my hog in Sweet Baby Ray's and smoke it on the Traeger for about 7 to 8 hours.
I'm serious though, Jared. If the Zuck was in the room right now and we were like, Mark, sorry, this is a Glock 9 to your head. It's loaded, and we're going to blow your brains out all over the wall if you don't get J-Bone off right here and now on camera. How do you think he would go about getting you off? It's Zuckerberg.
The litigation potential from this conversation.
Okay, let me change the question. Let me change the question. You and Mark Zuckerberg are on a date.
Okay.
All right? And it goes really well. J-Bone and Zuck are just talking about Sweet Baby Ray's and smoking meats. And one thing leads to another, and you decide you want to smoke each other's meats. So you go to a nice hotel room, I assume, because Zuck is very rich. He can probably afford a nice hotel room. And And one thing leads to another. You're passionately kissing. You fall over onto the bed, and how do you think Zuck would make love to you?
That's a good question, I guess. I think it would be very robotic. Obviously, people know there's like a 30% chance he is a robot. I'm not saying he is, because if he is a robot, he's a very human-like robot, right?
I'd say there's a 26% chance when you take off whatever pants he's wearing, the Gap, there is a robot appendage of sorts down there below his waist. Would it shock you if Zuckerberg had switched out his human penis with some kind of cyborg dick?
No, nothing shocks me anymore. Well, if he's trying to put his dick into the metaverse with Verge, then maybe he did do that. I mean, I think it would be very, all of his thrusts would be like exactly 0.25 seconds apart, Like it would be very, very regimented and methodical.
I agree. I think it would be cold.
Yeah, I bet you he has
Methodical
really.
is a good word.
His hands, I bet, are just freezing cold.
Clammy too. And he's just, oh God, I'm sorry. He's just apologizing the entire time. That's sex with Zuckerberg. He won't stop apologizing. But I'm just saying, I feel like if he had to get you off, like if it was just that challenge, not like a sexual hookup like we just described for some very unnecessary reason, I don't think he would know how to go about it. Analytically, I don't think he could bring himself to blow you. I cannot see Zuckerberg giving a successful hand job. He's not coordinated enough. And and if he's got a cyborg dick, he definitely had his 2-hole plugged and found another way to get rid of excrement.
I mean, yeah, I feel like having to poop is something that Zuckerberg would fix before he fixed having to pee.
Certainly before he fixed Facebook.
Yeah. Definitely. I mean, I don't think he's ever going to fix it. He's just moving it to the metaverse.
I'm just, to take this full circle, Zuckerberg is approving or disapproving. Zuckerberg is making Facebook an unsafe place for teenage girls who he then monetizes on Instagram by pushing out through Reels. It's just, what in the hell? That's why we got to cuck the Zuck 2024 or whatever. So, but this, is there a board? Can they vote him out just for optics at this point? Honestly, I don't even know if he's that evil anymore. He's just the most evil seeming human and routinely makes headlines in ways that are inarguably sinister. So it's like, what am I supposed to do, Jared? What I don't want to sit here and talk shit about Zuckerberg all day. He owns the platforms that we need to go viral on so that our show can get bigger so that we can make money. Oh my God. It always goes back to me feeding him. This is why we've never spent a dime on Facebook advertising. That's the only thing that lets me sleep at night. Mm-hmm. I'm serious. The only thing. The only thing. The other day, one of our Bolen media peers was like, well, we could try like a small marketing budget. And I took the computer from her, snapped it over my knee, and threw it in the garbage. No, never. I'm serious. I can't do it.
Seems like we should, the money that we're going to have to spend buying her a new computer
is worth the lesson learned.
We could have just spent half that on ads, not Facebook, maybe TikTok.
Shit, that's a good point. Then we're giving the Chinese money. You cannot win. Let's get some money for ourselves. Jared, I have a challenge for you. Fill in the blank. Brush, floss, and then
floss again.
Rinse. You may not be getting a complete clean if you don't say rinse. You got to rinse. Mouthwash is a key part of your whole mouth's health because it gets between teeth to kill bad breath germs and help strengthen enamel. Thankfully, the oral care experts at Quip created a super simple way to make mouthwash part of your daily oral care routine. Quip has been a phenomenal sponsor for many years. They made the greatest toothbrush in the entire world, and they send you a refill so that it doesn't get worn out and your bristles are all crappy. Automatically comes in the mail along with new toothpaste, so you never run out of toothpaste. You're always having to run to the grocery store because you ran out of toothpaste, and now it's 9:30 and you can't brush your teeth, and nobody wants to go to bed like that and wake up the next day and hate themselves because their mouth tastes like death. That's why Quip exists. All those reasons I just named.
That was a lot. That was...
Yeah.
Just say that on the thing, or is it just off the dome?
No, that was off the dome. Wow. So Quip, the makers of the electric toothbrush and floss you hear all about all the time because we talk about it with some degree of regularity on our show. They launched a new mouthwash to help you complete your clean, and it comes with a refillable dispenser that's delightful to use and sleek enough to fit on any bathroom counter. Jared and I have spoken to it many times.
It looks Swedish designed. If you had to ask me which Scandinavian country designed it, I'd say Sweden.
It's beautiful. It looks like a fine piece of furniture in your bathroom that you also use because it contains your mouthwash. And now your mouth is cleaner and healthier, and also your bathroom looks nicer, and people think you're classier than they did before. Somebody goes into your bathroom and sees that, they know, by God, this person's mouth is clean as a whistle.
Mm-hmm.
Clean as a whistle. Quip mouthwash kills bad breath germs, helps prevent cavities, and leaves you feeling fresh thanks to a formula that gives your mouth everything it needs and nothing it doesn't. Add a mouthwash refill plan and make sure your rinse never runs out. With a customizable subscription, you can get refills automatically delivered straight to your door every 3 months. You can stay on top of your swish without lugging any bottles home from the store. How refreshing. With affordable refills plus free shipping, it's so easy to keep your whole mouth healthy. Join the over 5 million mouths already using Quip. Start swishing today. Go to getquip.com/RBP5 right now, and you can get $5 off a mouthwash starter kit. That's $5 off a mouthwash starter kit, which includes a refillable dispenser and a 90-dose supply of Quip's 4 times concentrated formula at getquip.com/RBP5. Spelled GETQUIP.com/RBP5. Quip, the Good Habits Company. I've got some, what I'll just call entertaining headlines to read you. They're insane, but I don't want. I feel like that's daunting.
Mm-hmm.
The segment is usually called Insane Headlines of the Day, but these are more fun than just being insane. I'll give you the first one. From the Wall Street Journal. WeWork shares rise on first day of trading, 2 years after failed IPO. Now, maybe ringing a bell for you, or you may just be shouting at God right now. WeWork was the Adam Newman founded company that we co-founded company that we discussed about, I don't know, how many weeks ago was that?
I have absolutely no idea.
2 months, let's say.
That's a good guess.
It was an HBO documentary that I watched about it. I believe you watched it.
I did.
You did. You love a good documentary.
Oh, I do.
And, I mean, the place was it was a sham. It was another example of, like, one power-hungry, psychotic sociopath of a CEO driving the value of a pretend company, like the valuation, up through the roof. It was so pretend. So incredibly inflated.
It was like a co-working company masquerading as a real estate tech company.
Like almost a Ponzi scheme, but it's not quite a Ponzi scheme, but it's kind of a Ponzi scheme. I don't think it actually qualifies, but it has that exact same feel to it, where it's like this is all built around a lie. And that dude got off pretty much scot-free. He's still worth like $3 billion and lives in the Maldives or some shit. Fucking surfs every day. Not joking. And the company and all these people got screwed. All the employees got screwed. All these people who had invested years of their lives, hundreds of hours of hard work, way more than they normally would have, believed in this dream, thought this place was going to make them wealthy, and they got screwed because it was all a lie. And that company, WeWork, not only still exists, but has successfully gone public. Not only has successfully gone public, but its shares were on the rise earlier today, the first day of trading.
It doesn't surprise me, though, because obviously, if it went public and its price was inflated because of all the lies, then it would go down. But everybody right now is like, they see WeWork down in the gutter, and they're like,
well,
can't get any worse than this.
And that's kind of the beauty of it, the irony of it. In the end, I think the thing driving up the stock price is people who see opportunity based on undervaluing.
Yes. I think people thought, like, oh, wow, WeWork's going to go down today. I'm not going to buy it. And they're like, okay, well, you got to fade the public, right? Isn't that what they say in betting?
And sometimes you're the public and you got to fade yourself, is what I say in betting.
So they went, you know what? Everybody thinks that it's going to go down. Let's all just buy it.
Boom. This is not financial advice. Next headline from the New York Post. Instagram model Jeannie Exum stabbed Beau with kitchen knife in NYC pad, cops say. First of all, I want to note for the New York Post and anybody else who ever gets tempted to say Beau, Yo, we all dropped that many. I want to say like a couple centuries ago.
There's too many people named Bo now. So now I'm like, wait, she stabbed
That's what I mean.
a guy named Bo?
Bo who? Which Bo? I know a Bo. Is he okay? That's what ends up happening. So let's not do that. Let's just say her boyfriend.
Don't make Ross text his friend Bo asking him if Jeannie Exum stabbed him with a kitchen knife.
Every time this happens. So an Instagram model stabbed her boyfriend with a kitchen knife during a fight inside her Midtown pad and later walked out of a Manhattan courthouse touting her OnlyFans account.
I mean, it's just, there's no bad publicity.
The story gets better. Jeannie Exum, a 22-year-old social media model who recently flashed her breasts in front of a New York Police Department cop car, knifed Bo Baby Boy Pahulas in the back and arm around 6:45 p.m. Monday. I'm sorry. His name is Baby Boy Pahulas. Baby Boy. First name Baby Boy.
One word, Baby Boy.
Baby Boy. Baby Boy. Okay. Stabbed him in the apartment, 6:45 p.m. And then there's a quote from her. "Subscribe to my OnlyFans," she told a Post reporter with a smirk, even spelling out the name of her account as she got back to her high-rise late Tuesday. She was released on bail at her arraignment in Manhattan criminal court, though prosecutors had asked her to be held on $10,000 or $50,000 for the second-degree assault charge.
There's no way that she has not 10x'd her OnlyFans following because of this news story.
This will end up being the most profitable move she's ever made.
Even when you take into account whatever legal fees she's going to incur.
Okay, so let's hit historical stabbings gone right. Caesar. Somebody profited there. One of the most profitable stabbings ever. Jeannie Exum. OnlyFans through the roof. God knows how much money she's going to make after this. Titties out in front of an NYPD cruiser.
Can you think of another stabbing?
John Lennon.
Was he stabbed or shot? I thought he was shot.
You tell me.
So the fact that I don't know means you're right until I check. So.
And you're a suspect. What? Other stabbings.
The knife has really gone out of style if we can't even think of famous stabbings.
Maximus got stabbed by Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator before the big fight at the end.
Sang-Moo stabbed himself in the neck in order for...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Squid Game, spoiler alert. Just leave now if you're... Well, you're good. Stay. We'll stop. But Squid Game, but another stabbing? Lots of stabbings.
By the way, and more spoilers from Squid Game, this blew my mind.
Okay.
So I watched this video. All of the main characters in Squid Game who die by a way that ties back to something they did earlier in the show. So you know the crazy gangster guy? He died falling off of that bridge.
Right.
Where earlier in the show, he escaped those mobsters by jumping off of that bridge into the water.
Wow.
Uh-huh. And then what's her name? The
I don't remember any of their names because I'm American, ignorant American.
She got stabbed in the neck, and earlier she held the neck up to that immigration guy's throat after slamming the coffee pot in his face.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it ties in very well. They did a great job.
No, it was well written, for sure. I mean, it wasn't just... That's what made the Squid Game such a good show, in my opinion, is that it wasn't just the gimmick.
Yeah.
It was also well executed.
And
unless you watched it dubbed over, and it was like a rom-com or something weird.
And then, obviously, Sang-Moo stabbed himself in the neck after stabbing Sabiak in the neck. So, they did a good job.
It's the circle of life.
We're getting a season 2, I guess, right? Because they ended it on a cliffhanger.
Absolutely. $1,000,000,000%. Nothing has ever been more assured to get a season 2 than Squid Game.
Do you think that the cop is dead? We did not see him, his body.
No, I don't think so.
He can't be, right?
I don't think he's dead.
There's no way.
I bet 99% he's alive.
But I would have expected him to like wash up on the shore alive at the end of season 1 for us to be, oh my God.
It's going to be some dumb shit. He's hanging right there like a foot off the cliff.
Yeah.
His brother intentionally didn't go check and also knew that he had the strength in his left arm to grab himself because this one time when they were kids and they were playing arm wrestling or something. It's going to be some stupid shit like that. I could write a TV show right now, bitch.
New York Times bestselling TV writer.
I'm going to change my bio. Yeah. So anyway, what was her name?
Her name was Jeannie Exum.
Jeannie describes herself as a, quote, free spirit from Alabama with a loud mouth and a dirty mind on her OnlyFans account. I didn't look that up. I found it in a column. I didn't go to her account, just to be clear. Just want to be clear here, Jared. All right?
I believed you. I never doubted you.
Fucking Jared. Let's hear from a sponsor. Then I have one more headline. Today's episode is also brought to you by Birddogs. Birddogs making the most comfortable shorts in the world with built-in underwear you know and love for living life and making love. Why wear shorts with underwear when you can wear even better shorts with built-in underwear, thus creating less laundry, thus saving the planet, thus making you a hero who is also better looking and more comfortable? Birddogs, baby.
You know that traffic light that you just missed this morning because it turned yellow and you decided to like panic, hit the brakes instead of try to go through it? If you had spent less time putting on underwear and then shorts and or pants this morning, you would have made that light.
Should have been wearing Birddogs that you bought from Birddogs.com using the code RBP. They have joggers coming as well. The shorts are phenomenal. Jared and I have joggers in the mail headed toward us, and we cannot wait to wear them. They look phenomenal. I'm a huge joggers guy. I'm wearing joggers right now, actually.
I pronounce them Yoggers. Like
Yoggers.
Like Yarmir Yager.
And what's more, Jared, do you remember when you were a small lad, just a boy, and you would get a cereal box or a Happy Meal, and there'd be a toy with your order? Well, when you go to birddogs.com today and use the code RBP, you're going to get a rubber flying, whistling football. It doesn't fly on its own. You have to throw it. But when you throw it, it whistles. It's a rubber whistling football. Like one of the Nerf ones you had as a kid, except it says Birddogs on the side. It's awesome. And it's free if you use the code RBP with your order on birddogs.com. Grab yourself some of the most comfortable shorts in the world with built-in underwear. Get some of the joggers. They've got pants. Everything you need, birddogs.com, code RBP. Literally everything you need, Jared, right there.
Yep.
And one-stop shopping. That's what they call Birddogs. One-stop shopping.
But I love Bird Dogs.
Here's your last headline. I love lamp. Jared's contribution to the ad read. From The Athletic. Lazio suspend Falconer over chants in support of Mussolini. This is a multi-layered, funny thing to me.
So, from what I understand, Lazio, the Italian soccer team, have a falconer. I imagine this is kind of like what Auburn does with War Eagle, where they have the eagle fly around the stadium and land on his arm.
Yes.
But
do you want to know where my mind went with it?
Where?
I wasn't aware Lazio was a soccer team because, again, American uncultured swine.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Lazio was some kind of falconing team and that they were having to suspend one of their falconers over his support of... I thought Mussolini had been in the ground for quite a while. Didn't he get hung, in the trials immediately after World War II or whatever? I don't even think he made it to the trials.
No, I don't think he did. I think he was just hung publicly.
They were just like, oh, there's Mussolini. Let's just get this over with. Everybody knew what needed to be done. Why is there still somebody rolling around in support of Mussolini at all?
I think it's like there's still neo-Nazis supporting Hitler. I think
so it's an ideological fucking... God, but that's so weird. Don't you just go Hitler? Who picks... If you want to be a neo-Nazi, who the fuck is like, yeah, Hitler's kind of overdone. Why don't we be, like, let's make Mussolini our guy?
Well, I imagine there's the Italian connection, That's got to be the reason why he picked Mussolini specifically.
Oh, so the Italian neo-Nazis probably have a Mussolini fetish thing going.
Uh-huh.
How the fuck we have American neo-Nazis, I will never understand. Never understand. Doesn't make sense to me at all.
I bet you a lot of their grandparents were actively trying to kill Hitler. And that's
what's so bizarre about it. It's like, what? Just what? We have everything here, man. America.
Dude, I have not seen a neo-Mussolini in public.
I have seen neo-Nazis, though.
Yeah.
In public. On fucking South Congress, enjoying their day. It was bizarre. Big motorcyclers, them. Another reason I stay away from the motorcycles. Too many neo-Nazis on motorcycles.
People are still making TikToks with your sound about how you hate motorcycles.
I pissed off that community a bit. They're upset. I didn't think I had those people to begin with, frankly. Not that I wouldn't want them. I embrace the motorcycle community. I just don't want to be one of you. But I embrace you. Like brothers and sisters of the road.
Like
Benito
sons.
Mussolini, Jared, did not think I would have to talk about that guy at any point soon. So they suspended their falconer, Juan Bernabé, after a video showed him cheering for Italian dictator Benito Mussolini. And again, I have questions. Cheering for him how? He's dead. I don't understand what that even fucking means. He's not out giving a speech and they got footage of this guy cheering for him because he's in the ground. Probably all that's left of him is maggots at this point. I don't understand. So Bernardi is the person for responsible flying Lazio's eagle mascot. Why is he allowed to be called a falconer if he's flying an eagle?
It's a great question.
He's an eagler.
Wait, is an eagle a falcon? It might be one of those catch-all things. Like how every bird can be called a pheasant.
Falcons lie in the family. No. It's not like it's not like every bird is a pheasant.
So he's an eagler.
But we do know both eagles and falcons are pheasants.
Yeah, of course.
Which is the real takeaway here, kids. Write it down. Remember that for your SAT. It's going to be an important question. Please read a book and don't just listen to me and Jared. You have to read books too.
We're going to intentionally try to lead you astray specifically so you'll have to read a book.
Yeah, we lead you astray so that you will have to self-correct. That's the show. We make you better by making you worse.
We're fake news to make you ingest real news.
Perfect explanation, Jared. Thank you. So he was also filmed allegedly performing a fascist salute. I don't know. Isn't there only one?
No, the Italians.
Isn't the Heil the one?
The Italians had a different salute, and I don't remember what it was, but I think it was like really close to some salute that we still do.
Next question. You know how they call them fascist salute? There's people who call America a fascist country. What exactly is that a catch-all too? Are all countries fascist like all birds are pheasants?
I think fascism is what does Webster's dictionary describe?
A far-right authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and the economy, which came to prominence in the early 20th century Europe. Jesus, that was long. I didn't expect it to just be one sentence.
That's a long
I didn't take a breath. Created a problem.
Yeah. It's hey, a lesson to kids out there.
Mm-hmm.
Supporting Mussolini is not worth losing your job as an eagler.
No, it's not.
In case that applies to you.
Yeah, keep that in mind. Also, we're going to need to write this down so that when we hire a falconer, we make sure ours is not a fascist Mussolini supporter.
My favorite thing the falconers do is they have these little blinders they put on the falcon to keep it from being distracted. And it's like the tiniest little helmet. Look up falcon helmet.
Oh, I've seen it. It's beautiful.
It's so cute.
What is it for? You said it's to keep it from being distracted?
I believe so.
But it looks like a little race car helmet. Like they're it's for head safety. Like they're trying to keep these falcons from getting CTE after they retire.
Leatherheads.
Did you watch that movie?
Nope. I know John Krasinski was in it though, right?
Didn't watch it either. John Krasinski and Sexiest Man Alive, 2006 to 2012, George Clooney.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right?
And then there was a movie called The Benchwarmers, which is different, but that had John Heder in it and somebody else famous.
Oh, those might have all mixed into my head into one movie, bro. Along with the one where Clooney escapes from jail with his buddies and sings a lot. Man of Constant Sorrow.
Oh, brother, where are
those are all the same movie in my head now.
Yeah, the Coen brothers, and then whoever the hell directed Benchwarmers and Leatherheads.
For the record, the Coen brothers are geniuses.
They are. Do you know who else is a genius? In a way, Wes Anderson. Now,
I don't even think that's like up for debate. He is a genius. He's just a fucking weirdo.
Well, what I find interesting about Wes Anderson is I saw an ad for the next Wes Anderson movie yesterday.
Okay.
And it was so Wes Anderson, I thought it was a joke. It's called like The French Dispatch.
See, he's over. I think he already did that. He's over Wes Andersoning.
Yes.
Like this, we get it. Like, please God, stop. Like, stop. He's created a vibe already, right? There's like other people knocking that vibe off at this point. Right, but now he's so overdoing it that it's to the point where it's self-parody, like you're saying.
I literally was like, wait, even the picture they used, it just looked like they took the Grand Budapest Hotel picture and like changed up some of the faces.
Yeah, they changed a couple.
He's a noted Longhorn though. He was. People don't know this. Wes Anderson went to University of Texas, where he was roommates with
McConaughey.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to be fact checked. Owen Wilson.
All right. Owen Wilson. I think that's actually correct.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons they've done so many movies together, or something
Yeah.
like that. I also really like the train movie with Owen Wilson and his brothers are on the train. It's called the Something Express. It's a Wes Anderson movie.
Oh, the Starlight Express.
No, but it's either Wes Anderson or it's someone who literally ripped him directly off.
I went as a sexy bellhop senior year of college for Halloween. Me and two other guys did. It essentially looked like Chris Farley Chippendales, but with bellhop
Okay.
outfits on and fake mustaches. And we called ourselves Grand Booby Sex Hotel.
That's mature. The Grand Booby Sex Hotel.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
None of us got laid.
That's shocking. Speaking of which, one of the Barstool guys tweeted this, and I was like, holy hell. It gave me so much secondhand anxiety just reading it. Or I guess third-hand anxiety. I don't even know. But I'm going to read it to you now. It's from @Barstool Carl tweeted this. He said, absolute nightmare text to get from the groom heading into the wedding. So he's a groomsman, or someone is a groomsman, and receives this text message. Hey guys, so to make the introductions more entertaining and fun, we decided to have a simple competition. Whoever has the best walk-in with their partner wins a prize. Ushers, yours is a group of 4, while the others are groomsmen and bridesmaid. We picked a random person who doesn't know anyone to be the judge to keep it fair. Here are your partners, so get to thinking. So this is clearly moments before the ceremony.
The reception.
Excuse me. And they're receiving this text message. And that is like grounds for leaving the wedding to me. Like, because here's the thing. You don't jump straight to being that guy. This groom, this isn't his first rodeo. He's been a piece of shit asshole for a long time. Nobody jumps straight to this move. So this is the backbreaker for me. This is the straw that breaks the camel's back of the relationship or whatever. I don't give a fuck if this is a cousin.
Brother.
I don't care. If I get this text from you, I'm fucking out. You're done. You're out of the circle of trust. You're out. Get out. Are you fucking kidding me? First of all, nobody wants to see that. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see the dance competition. But to drop this on your people with no warning, no ability to plan out some office level shit. The bar was raised by that episode of The Office. You can't just run out holding hands and waving them in the air anymore. You better know a dance. You better have TikTok raise the bar even further. You better know at least one TikTok dance. On top of the dance, you come out dancing.
Yeah, I haven't been in a wedding yet where it was like you have to figure something to do. At my sister's wedding, I knew what I was going to do the whole time. Nobody was expected to do anything. You just went out with one groomsman, one bridesmaid. But I hit what a lot of people are calling the most legendary whip in the history of Florida. I ran in.
Did you hit the whip at your sister's wedding?
Oh my God!
Has she ever beat your ass?
No, she liked it.
She's never kicked your ass?
No. Well, she's kicked my ass, but it wasn't over that. As all siblings have kicked all other siblings' asses. The older siblings to the younger.
Jared.
The people still bring it up. I'll be walking down the street and they're like, holy shit.
It's that guy.
You're the guy who hit that whip at that
his
wedding.
sister's wedding.
Yeah.
Legend.
I have it on video.
You are legend, not Will Smith. You.
I am legend, despite starring Will Smith and being about a guy who wasn't Will Smith. It was actually about me.
So you get this text, though. What's your response? I'm serious. Real life. You're at the wedding. You're in the wedding. You get this text. What do you do?
First off, I completely give all responsibility to the bridesmaid. I say
that you're paired with.
Hey, you come up with it. I'll do whatever you want. Whatever.
Okay, so you're pawning this off on her immediately. Okay, yeah, cool. Come up with the dance and let me know what it is. And then you're trying your best to not have to do anything else.
Putting myself in the situation, she'll then ask me, can you do any crazy dances or like funny like body movements?
Are you a good dancer? Or like, do you know what's your go-to move?
Mine's the whip. No. So
this just ends with you doing the whip at another wedding.
Probably, but I also can do the windmill arms, which I don't know if I have enough room here for. I'll see, I can get one arm in.
I don't know if it's worth it, just with the...
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
All right, that's actually very impressive.
Thank you. So
are you double jointed?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you might be, dude.
All I know about my body is I don't have a gag reflex.
You fucker. Oh, you broke me hard. You're disgusting. All right. So I'm serious. I think I would be like, fuck you, dude. I think that would be my response in the text. Even if I end up having to do some dance and like, look, I don't care anymore. I'll try whatever. I'm divorced. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. Back in the day, though, if you told me to do this, I'd be like, I'm sorry. I'm not. Bill don't dance for nobody except Bill. Right? Like,
Are you a good dancer?
Not sort of, but not like, I just don't. I'm not public dancing guy. I dance in my shower, you know?
That seems dangerous.
It is. It's not safe. It's really not. It's like a risk. Every day I go into it knowing it's a risk. I'm like, I'm going to dance my ass off in here, and this might be the last time I dance.
So I'm imagining like everybody's at some point had a neighbor who sings in the shower and you can hear it. They just hear you doing a fucking waltz.
I'm just sitting there like, Jamone, just like hitting the fucking moonwalk.
Can you do the moonwalk?
No, absolutely not. No. I can't do anything cool like that you wouldn't expect. There's not like some dance move I know. I can't like do a backflip or a cartwheel anymore. I really cannot do a cartwheel anymore. This is one of those things when you're a kid, they don't tell you. One day you're going to wake up and you're going to try to do a cartwheel and it's not going to go well. And not only is it not going to go well, you're going to have a realization that there's never going to be another cartwheel for you. And that's not something I was ready for, dude. Mm-hmm. I just tried to hit one in the backyard one day. I was out there and I was just like, hey, fuck it, I'm going to hit a cartwheel. And I went for it and it ended up with like elbows in the dirt and then like back arched. Mostly I just fell over. That was mostly what happened.
A lot of people like look at me and assume I'm uncoordinated, but I'm low key. As I've put many times on social media, I'm probably the best dancer on the internet. You see that video I posted?
I think that's a fair thing to say at this point, that you've earned that title.
My friend's wedding.
Without it being weird to say.
Thank you.
The best dancer on the internet.
I did that. I did the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio Great Gatsby dance at my friend's wedding. And I put it on social media.
That's impressive. That was impressive. But nothing impresses me more than you having learned every single Fortnite dance on like a 12-year-old's level, like meaning really good, faster than anyone else I know, and have been doing them nonstop. Like, he wasn't late, all right? It's not like Jared learned them way after the fact. He was doing them when the kids were doing them, when they took over, but he just never stopped. So, like, that's why every once in a while on my Instagram, you'll still see him do it, or one of the Fortnite dances, because I sneak up on him with a camera, and he's like, oh, fuck me, and just, like, hits a Fortnite dance.
What worked out well is I got in on it when it was hot, and now it's ironic, so it never went out of style.
You really did find yourself a good thing there. You did. Sneaky good dancer, though. J-Bone. J-Bone! Anyway, you text me anything near that ever, Jared, now I will throw my phone at you. Vice versa. Same goes for me. If I text you anything even remotely near as unthoughtful as this, just throw something at me, dude.
Noted.
Today's episode of RBP is also brought to you by Uprising Foods. Our food system is fundamentally broken and it's making us sick at scale. The people at Uprising Foods are fixing that. Their mission is to liberate all of us from a fundamentally broken food system that is stealing our health. And they've cracked the code on healthy bread. You simply cannot find something this healthy that tastes this good, that's this fresh. Only 2 net carbs per serving, 6 grams of protein, and 9 grams of fiber. They cover paleo to clean keto, simple low carb, high fiber, to dairy-free, to grain-free lifestyle. Jared, they've got it for everybody. All Uprising products are baked with real superfood ingredients: almonds, MCT oil, apple cider vinegar, egg white, psyllium husk, and olive oil. They have prebiotic fiber, delicious with their patent-pending breakthrough in psyllium husk activation, making fantastic digestive health absurdly easy for all of us. Great snacks.
Oh, my God.
Good stuff. They've nailed the taste factor. That's the thing. Most of the time you get healthy snacks for the office or for the home. It's kind of a bummer. Not Uprising Foods, baby. They've nailed the taste factor on both their sourdough S cubes and the crunch factor on their newly launched Freedom Chips, which Jared and I have both enjoyed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're like the old school rye chips.
I love those. I mean, like I'm not the kind of guy who like fishes through the Chex Mix bag, just take them out, because I would never do that. I hate people who fish into the snack bags.
I'm that guy. I will admit it.
You're that guy, pal?
Yeah, I'm that guy, pal, and I know it's not right. I know, dude. I know. But I don't. That's why I don't do it with shared items. I have to have my own personal trail mix or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in this case, you don't have to dig through it. It's just all delicious.
I've seen you house snacks sometimes, by the way.
Oh, dude, I get in there. I get after it. So get some Uprising foods and support the podcast at the same time. Uprising is offering our listeners $10 off the starter bundle that includes two superfood cubes. It's a tongue twister.
It is.
And a 4-pack of Freedom Chips to try. Go to uprisingfood.com/RBP, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's UPRISING, uprisingfood.com/RBP to get $10 off your first purchase of the starter bundle.
Yum!
Yay! Can I just mix in a famous people I want to fight for fun?
Okay.
Bill Simmons.
You have never liked Bill Simmons.
I've never liked Bill Simmons, but I've never really declared him as a famous person I want to fight. And the more that we've gone into this Astros-Red Sox series, here's the thing about being a personality on the internet like you or I, Jared. One of the things there's two sides to this game. We have pure fans. Well, there's like 20 sides, but we have one of the sides is pure fans. Just people who are rooting for us. They like us. They like our stuff. And they really only reply if they really like our stuff. They only say something if they really like our stuff. Then there are, somewhere in the mix of the other different groups of people, haters who are just like absolutely thrilled if you or I catch an L. So when the Rockets lose or the Astros lose or the Texans lose, there's people that come at me on social media because that's enjoyable to them. To watch me unhappy about sports is entertaining to them. I provide them with that. I love all my haters, as I have said many times, and I understand the game. Okay? So let's say some insane shit happens, like the Astros drop 3 in a row and somehow lose this series and we don't make the World Series, which is not a thing that's going to happen. This is over. Boston, sit down. I would be absolutely despondent on social media. Everybody would be drinking my tears. And everybody knows that. So they would be on social media looking to see some tears for them to drink. Bill Simmons doesn't even give us that. Not a single tweet during this was 18 runs to 3 shellacking of the last two games. The dude is already insufferable. He had already worked an angle that I didn't even wrap my feeble mind around until very recently, in terms of like you know what Portnoy did to build Barstool? That's what Simmons did to build Simmons, and then Grantland, and then The Ringer. Bill Simmons cornered Boston. Every old head in Boston loves Bill Simmons. Old fuckers only, though, not the Gen Z people. And he cornered that market, and then he's popular enough and good enough at his job to turn it into a generic sports show, or what, general sports, right? Bill Simmons is a general sports guy. He's not Boston sports guy. But in reality, he's actually Boston sports guy, which is why you always end up talking about the fucking Patriots or Celtics or Red Sox if you talk to him or listen to him talk about anything. Which is one of the reasons he's so insufferable. On top of the fact that he pioneered this space of like blending pop culture and sports a little bit, deserves some credit there, and then he simultaneously ruined it himself, which is really hard for me because I fucking love pop culture and sports, and I blend them all the time. And I'll get people saying shit about like, that's on some Bill Simmons shit right there. And they mean it as a compliment. And then I want to throw myself off the roof.
That's actually like, this is only a 1-story house.
I wouldn't do much. It might hurt a little. But the dude sucks. He just sucks. Everything about him sucks. And when he went from print, which he was actually good at, but then also awful at, to being on camera and me having to hear his voice, oh, that's way worse.
He also avoided.
No offense, Bill.
He did avoid cancel culture.
He's still avoiding it.
A lot of his old stuff that he used to write on Grantland wouldn't fly nowadays.
He's been, you know how there's this, it's not alt-right. It's like pre-cancellation or post, you can slide into this new group of people who just don't give a fuck about any of that. And he's already sort of sliding toward that area where it's like boomers and people who don't care that he's like pretty outside of what is now considered to be politically correct thinking on a lot of topics. But I really don't even care about his politically incorrectness. I just hate him as a person. As a person who paved the way for me to even do what I do, probably, there's no reason I should want to fight him as bad as I do, other than that he sucks that hard.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's not me, Jared. I'm awesome.
Part of the reason you hate him is because he won't
die.
Well,
he won't die, so that I can take the fucking just die, old man. Not die literally.
Meet career death.
Die.
Retire.
Into retirement.
Bill Simmons, retire, bitch.
Yes, that's what we're saying.
But you want him to tweet.
You're so rich, dude. It's over. Just go home. Give it up. There's other people waiting to do the job that you now suck at. There are dozens of us. Dozens.
But you're saying you want him to tweet more so you can hate.
Oh, yeah, but I also would like it to be tweeted a lot more when we are actively derailing his baseball team's postseason. That would please me, too. But seriously, I had 2 different people text me yesterday, why the fuck hasn't Simmons tweeted? And I was like...
It's like how Texas football didn't tweet. And their last tweet was like, just tied it up in the 4th quarter. And they didn't tweet for like the entire weekend after Oklahoma beat them.
Social media intern got fired. Yeah. Nobody else logged into the account. Beautiful. Anyway, I want to fight Simmons. Simmons! And I really do want to fight him, though. Because now me yelling that just made me think about how many times he used the Star Trek reference, Khan! And it's just on too many to count, which now makes me think one day that's going to happen to me with Arrested Development jokes. And there's going to be some 34-year-old podcasting slut bitching about me, saying he wants to fight me because I won't die.
That's the circle of podcasting.
The game goes on.
Who do you hate more, Russell Simmons or Bill Simmons?
Who's Russell Simmons? The founder of... What did he make?
All I know is Kanye is praying for him because he got Me Too'd. I know that from that one song.
I hate Bill Simmons more still because I don't know anything about Russell Simmons outside of... I know he got canceled, and I know he's probably a terrible person. I don't know specifics, so I still want to fight Bill if I'm getting to pick. Thank you, Jared, for offering, though. Yeah. Again, we appreciate y'all for the wonky schedule this week. We dropped Tuesday, Thursday. As I have explained, but if you haven't heard, I will explain again very briefly. Weaning off of this medication, I'm having to deal with a lot of weird mental health days, and sometimes that causes Jared and I to adjust our schedules. So thank you all very much for bearing with us and continuing to listen to RBP as we are almost through the woods on this thing. I can see the light on the other side. If you'd like a 3rd episode of RBP each week, you can get that on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, where you have a ridiculously large amount of content coming in the next 9 days. 10, 11, how many? 10 days. The next 10 days from this moment now that we are recording. So go to patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast today, support the show, and get a lot more from Jared and I. We do an ad-free episode every Friday that's exclusive and available only on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. It is usually as good, if not better than, our Monday, Wednesday show that you are listening to now, even though this week it came out on Tuesday, Thursday. Just our fucking free public show. What do I call this thing? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Happy birthday to everybody. It's been a while since we did birthday shouts, so if we missed you, happy birthday. We appreciate you. We see you. Another year, Jared.
Specifically you, Michael.
Do we sing? Let's sing to Jamie and Michael. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck y'all. Only Jamie and Michael. The rest of you are good. We'll see you on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast for more. Follow Formula Bone everywhere. Jared is going to an F1 race this weekend. It is going to be awesome. We have an F1 brand here at Bolen Media that is Jared Borslow, created, produced, run.
I do everything. Nobody's ever touched it besides me.
He's the writer and the producer and the executive producer and the editor and the corner of Formula Bone, as it is known. You can follow at Formula Bone on TikTok, on Instagram, on Twitter. Jared, what are you doing this weekend?
And YouTube. Fun fact.
And YouTube.
I will be at the United States Grand Prix all 3 days. Luckily, Ross and I live in Austin, Texas, which happens to be the home of the current only Formula One race in the United States. Soon.
Formula One track in the United States, right?
Well, you can run a track. I mean, they used to run it at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
But we're the only race that takes place in the U.S.
Cool. As of right now, there is only one Formula One race in the United States. It is United States Grand Prix here at Circuit of the Americas in Austin.
I didn't even realize that.
Yes. Next year, though, they're adding a race in Miami.
Oh, bienvenido a Miami.
Yep, they're building like a road course out there right now. It's like going around like the Hard Rock Stadium. So that'll be pretty interesting. I really want to go to that. My goal is to get media passes for that, which is in May. So I need to make more waves to get a media pass.
More waves, Bone. Light yourself on fire and run out onto the track this weekend. No, don't do that.
I will not do that. Make sure you follow me on all those platforms, though, because I'll be doing different things on each one. Like TikTok's going to be the produced videos, live tweeting. I'll be live Instagram storying. YouTube, another place you can get the videos if you don't like TikTok.
So you'll get live video footage on Instagram. You'll get live tweets on Twitter during races, and you'll get additional, better produced, polished stuff on TikTok during and after the fact. It's going to be a fun time at Formula Bone all weekend long.
Literally all weekend long. I'm also going to try to do a Formula Bone meetup on Sunday. If you're going to be at the race, I'm trying to just maybe like a little half hour, like we all meet at one place and just like kind of shoot the shit for a little bit.
Have a beer.
Yeah.
And a hot dog.
Yeah.
Throw
a beer dog.
Back a beer dog. Yeah. You know, with the boys and the girls.
No, I'll say this. If you want to bring me a hot dog, it has to be a mayo dog. We're doing mayo dogs only for the rest of 2021. The only condiment can be mayo. It has to be hot dog, one stripe of mayo, just one stripe on one side.
Everybody knows the rules.
Mayo dogs only in 2021.
What the hell, man? At Formula Bone everywhere. Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you. Patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast now. Like right now. Go now. Like stop the episode. You guys press stop. You'll get another episode, but if you got to go to patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. I'll do a countdown. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go now.